Discussion has been arranged today. The panel discussion is the quintessence of this occasion's main spirit and purpose, seeking to set direction to the future role of the CLAG's organization in the country. May I now request Sri Amar Patnaik, Accountant General, to throw some light on the topic, please.
Honorable Chief Minister of Orissa, Sri Naveen Patnaik, Chairman of the Indian Institute of Public Administration, Odisha Chapter, and former State Election Commissioner, Sri Sanjeev Chandra Pota, Principal Accountant General, Accounts and Entitlements, Sri A.K. Singh, Principal Director of Audit, East Coast Railway, Sri B.K. Mahanti, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and dear friends. At a time when the anti-corruption and misgovernance debate has saturated the media today, and the echoes of the Anna Hazare's demands for strong anti-corruption and citizens' right to be assured of public services legislation are reverberating through the length and breadth of the country, at a time when the people at the highest echelons of government, including the political executive, had to resign and have been sent to jail, allegedly for graft, and on whom judiciary have made severe adverse comments from time to time, when flagship programs of the government like the MGNREGA and NRHM, which were designed to reduce the physical and logical distance between the man in the village and the various public services to be delivered by the government agency, are under investigation by the Central Bureau of Investigation, when the average citizen has complete distrust of the government structure being able to provide him with the basic services that he should legitimately have, the Comptroller and Auditor General of India brought to public notice several incidences of big-ticket crony capitalism and non-transparent action by governments all over the country, including the central government. However, at the same time, there are concerted attempts being made by certain sections to discredit the institution of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, a constitutional functionary, on issues ranging from his mandate to methodologies and approaches adopted for audit. When governance deficit is the biggest fault line in a society of 1.2 billion people, of whom more than 50% are below 35 years of age, it is indeed right and high time that we take a relook at what ails our governance systems and what role the CAG should or can play in this. As the CAG of India, Shri Vinod Rai said in his 26th Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel Memorial Lecture at the National Police Academy in Hyderabad on October 11th, and I quote, "We are living in an era where good governance has assumed primacy in public discourse, as it is expected to lead to improvement in the quality of life of citizens by reinforcing the legitimacy and credibility of our institutions and improving the quality of public service." He added, and I quote, "Hitherto followed models of governance are proving to be ineffective. We need to rethink our entire approach towards citizens." He went on to further add, and I quote, "One of the oft-repeated criticisms against enforcement and accountability institutions is that they paralyze administration, kill initiative, and reward the votaries of status quo. Such debates are commonplace in our country today more than ever." But he suggests, and I quote, "These criticisms emanate from a mindset that views accountability agencies as an adversary than as an aid to good performance and better management," unquote. So it is against this background of improving the governance deficit being faced in the country, for which we believe that the CAG has a preeminent role to play, that we decided to flag this issue and deliberate on the same in detail in a panel of distinguished citizens as a part of the celebrations this morning. The topic for today's panel discussion is the role of CAG in addressing governance deficit in the country. We have eminent members from different cross-sections of the society as panelists for today's discussion. They include former and current bureaucrats, a politician, a journalist, a civil society and transparency activist, an outstanding lawyer of repute, and a former anti-corruption chief of the state. The panel discussion will be followed by a brief question and answer session from the audience present here. Thank you.